Hello my dear students, welcome back to your favorite channel NEET World. This is Vasavi Ma'am, your biology educator. Yes, so students, we have already started the second chapter of your 7th CBSE science, that is nutrition in animals, right? So in this nutrition in animals, already we have done with the introduction session. In the introduction we have learned what is nutrition, okay, and we have also discussed a few most important nutrients along with the functions as well as its main sources, right. So now everyone quickly answer me, what are nutrients and what are the major functions performed by the nutrients, my dear students? Yes, so quickly everyone should answer. Yes, so here simply what are nutrients? So the nutrients are the essential substances which are present in the food, okay, right. This is what we have discussed in the previous session. Nutrients are essential substances which are present in the food that we are going to take, and the nutrients are going to play a major functions, like they are going to help for the growth and development of our body, and next they are also going to repair the tissues, and they are also going to produce the energy required for our body, right. Yes, so these are the main functions which are performed by the nutrients. So now quickly answer me, what are the different types of nutrients? Yes, so what we have studied, we have learned about the carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, and the next roughages and water. These are the different types of nutrients which are present in the food, right, and these are the main functions and these are the actual sources of these particular nutrients, students. Yes, so quickly take the screenshot of this particular slide as it is very important for your NTSC examination also. Yes, so clear with this? Yes. So now in this today's particular session we are going to learn the different types of nutrition methods, okay, different types of nutrition methods, and we are also going to look into the Holozoic mode of nutrition, my dear students. So it is very easy to understand, just stay tuned until the session gets end. Yes, so generally we have two different types of nutrition methods, that is autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. Yes, autotrophic and heterotrophic. Yes, so now quickly answer me, what is autotrophs? Okay, what are autotrophs and what are heterotrophs, and what is these particular definitions actually? So quickly answer me in the comment section, because already you have learned and you have the basic idea about it, because you have already studied in your 6th standard, right? Yes, so even though, let me make it clear for you students. Yes, so autotrophic mode of nutrition, okay, it is nothing but where the plants, okay, where the plants are going to synthesize their own food, okay. In autotrophic mode of nutrition, the one organisms, okay, the one, it is not going to dependent on the other for the food, hence it is going to prepare its own food by the process of photosynthesis, okay. So the best examples are plants, okay. Plants are going to synthesize their own food by the utilization of energy from the sunlight, okay. Okay, sunlight is going to provide the major source of energy for the plants for the preparation, okay, for the preparation of the own food by the process of photosynthesis, and it is also going to take the carbon dioxide and sunlight from the atmosphere, and then next it is going to release the oxygen, and it is going to prepare its own food in the form of starch and glucose, right. So this is the process of photosynthesis. Yes, so by this process they are going to prepare its own food, okay, plants, okay, example plants. And next, in heterotrophic mode of nutrition we are going to learn about 3 different types of organisms, okay. Those are herbivores, and next one is carnivores. Yes, by looking into the images easily you can understand, my dear students, it is not at all boring, it is very interesting and easy to learn. Yes, and next one is omnivores. Yes, yes students, so what are herbivores actually? These are the organisms which are going to dependent on the plants, okay. So the plants are going to form the major food source for the herbivores, okay. So heterotrophs are just nothing but these are the organisms which are not able to synthesize its own food, and hence they are going to dependent directly on the other organisms. And here in herbivores, these are the animals or else these are the organisms which are going to dependent only on the plants for the source of their food. So, the best example is cow and goat. And next one is carnivores. Okay, by looking into this image, answer me what are carnivores. Here what actually the tiger is doing? It is eating the flesh, right students. So, here in carnivores the organisms are going to consume the meat or flesh as their food source. Okay, so the carnivores are just nothing but the organisms or the animals which are going to eat the flesh and meat. And next, coming towards the omnivores. Okay, so including the human beings, okay, including the human beings and some other organisms like pig. Okay, yes. So, these are the organisms which are going to eat both the plants, okay, they are going to dependent both on the plants as well as the animals, like to obtain the source of their food. Okay, they are going to consume both the meat, flesh as well as the plants as their source of the food. Okay, so here the best examples are human beings along with the one organism, one animal, that is pig. Right, clear with the types of nutrition, my dear students, autotrophic mode of nutrition and heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So, for the autotrophic mode of nutrition, plants are the best example. They are also called as the primary producers. And next one is in heterotrophic mode of nutrition. These are all the three different types of organisms which are going to dependent on the different types of food sources. Okay, those are herbivores, carnivores and omnivores. These already you have learned and you have the basic idea, my dear students. Yes. So, now we are going to look into the another different type of nutrition method, that is Holozoic nutrition. Yes. So, Holozoic nutrition is nothing but, yes. So, generally what we are going to eat in our daily life, we are going to eat different types of foods. Okay, like, yes. So, as your, yes students. So, here are the image. Okay, here are the different types of food sources. Okay, yeah, like pizza, burger. I think it's looking like the French fries, right, my dear students? Yes. So, hope this is the favorite food to almost all of you, my dear students. Yes. So, generally the solid food, okay, generally the food we eat, it is going to contain the solid complex insoluble nutrients. Okay. So, what does it mean? So, the food the solid food that we eat, it is very insoluble in nature and it is very complex. So, when we are going to eat this type of food, our body is not going to absorb this food, my dear students. So, in Holozoic mode of nutrition, the breakdown process is going to occur. So, here simply the complex food particles are going to be broken down into the simple absorbable forms. So, that is known as Holozoic mode of nutrition. Yes, simply see, look into this, it is a complex food particles, okay, it is a complex food substances. Yes. So, directly when we are going to eat, we are not going to digest it and the cells are not going to absorb these complex food. Then what we need to do? We need to break it into the simple absorbable forms. Okay. When our body is going to break it into the simple absorbable forms, then only our body is going to get the nutrition. Yes. So, now we are going to see the what are main steps involved in the Holozoic mode of nutrition. Yes. So, generally 5 different types of steps are there which are very easy to remember, my dear students. Yes. So, these are the 5 different types of processes which are involved in the Holozoic mode of nutrition. Yes. So, that is ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. Yes. So, here the given picture here is what it is showing actually the digestive system, right students? Yes. So, the first step, ingestion. Yes, what is ingestion? Look into this tabular form and quickly answer me in the comment section, students. Yes. So, ingestion is nothing but just simply the intake of food from the mouth. Okay, the intake of the food from the mouth is only called as ingestion. So, generally the intake of food, okay, where it is going to occur, what is the site of action for it? Yes, mouth. Okay. So, mouth is the site of action, okay, where we are going to intake the food. Okay. So, inside the mouth the food is going to get masticated, okay, and it is going to be mixed up with the saliva. Okay. So, this is the first process in the Holozoic mode of nutrition, where we are just going to intake the food and that process is going to takes place in the mouth. There the food is going to be mixed up with the saliva. right? And next process is digestion. Okay, so generally what is digestion, my dear students? Breakdown of the complex food substances into the simple substances, right? So that is only called as digestion. Yes, look into this. Breakdown of the food into the simpler molecules is called as digestion. And where it is going to occur? Yes, so first always so the process of digestion is going to start from the mouth, and then next it is going to end towards the anus. Yes, so already we have took the food into the mouth, and then from the mouth next where the process should takes place? Next the food is going to reach to the stomach. Okay, from the mouth it is going to reach towards the stomach. How it is going to reach actually? By the peristaltic movements, okay, by the compressions and depressions of the esophagus. Okay, these movements, okay, the movements where continuous contractions and relaxations which are going to take place in the esophagus, that movements are called as peristaltic movements. Okay, so for this example, okay, toothpaste. Okay, so when we are going to use the toothpaste, yes, when all the paste is going to settle at the bottom, okay, when all the paste is going to settle at the bottom, then we are going to compress it. Okay, then we are going to compress it, then only we are going to get the paste from that, right? So this is the general life activity which we are going to perform, okay, as you observe. Yes, so generally it is going to start from the mouth, and from the mouth due to the peristaltic movements the food get transferred to the stomach. Okay, the food is going to reach towards the stomach, and from there it is going to reach towards the small intestine. Okay, so actually the next process, digestion, is going to take place only inside the stomach. Okay, from the mouth the food gets transferred to the stomach, and next it is going to reach to the small intestine, right students? So in the small intestine what it is going to perform? Let's have a look here. Yes, absorption. So absorption is what, my dear students? Yes, so in the digestion process what we have done? We have broken down the complex food substances into the simple substances. Okay, so from the simple substances the nutrients are going to pass to the bloodstream, right students? So the simpler substances in the digestion process, okay, after the digestion process the simpler nutrients, okay, the simpler substances are going to transfer from the bloodstream. Okay, they are going to transfer and then next they are going to enter towards the blood and lymph. Okay, here the nutrients are going to pass to the blood. Okay, actually where this process is going to take place? Inside the small intestine. So inside the small intestine we have the finger like projections, those are called as villi. So what is the function of the villi? They are going to increase the surface area for the digestion process. Okay, they are going to increase the surface area for the digestion process. Even though if you are going to, yes, sometimes whatever the food we are going to eat, if it is a favorite food to us, then we are going to consume a little more, right? So to digest that more amount of the food, then our small intestine is going to contain the finger like projections. That finger like projections will increase the surface area of the small stomach. Okay, they are going to increase the surface area of the digestive process, and then next the food is going to be absorbed. And next one, look into this, assimilation. Okay, the assimilation is the fifth step. Yes, so in assimilation what it is going to happen? Okay, the utilization of nutrients by the cells. After the digestion process the simpler nutrients are going to be transferred to the blood, and from the blood the nutrients are going to be absorbed by the cells. So this is only the actual process of the assimilation. Okay, so in the assimilation what happens? Where it is going to take place? What is the site of action? Actually it is going to occur inside the body cells. Clear with these particular statements, students? Assimilation is nothing but utilization of the nutrients. Okay, actually after the digestion process, after the food, okay, when the food is going to be mixed with the enzymes and the digestive juices, then that nutrients are going to be transferred to the blood. Okay, from the blood the nutrients are going to be transported to the all the cells which are present in our body. Okay, so the utilization of the nutrients by the cells in our body is called as assimilation, and the site of action is just cells. And next one, okay, the last process is egestion. Okay, so the egestion is removal of the undigested food. Okay, so it is not necessary and it is not a mandatory that whatever the food we are going to eat, okay, all the food is not going to be digested. Okay, some of the food will be undigested, and the undigested food is going to be sent out from the excretory system, and then usually the removal of the undigested food is going to occur from the rectum and anus. Yes, clear with all these particular steps, my dear students. So, these are very important, and this is called as Holozoic mode of nutrition. Yes. So, quickly if you see the diagram, then you are going to understand. Yes. So, now by looking into this particular picture, just answer me all the 6 steps which are going to take place, okay, which are going to take place at which particular part, okay. Just now, as whatever we have discussed, that is going to be represented in this diagrammatic view. Yes, let us look into this. Yes. So, if the site of action is mouth, okay, if the site of action is mouth, which process is going to be started first? Okay, obviously ingestion, right? Yes. So, ingestion is going to start from the mouth. It is simply nothing but intake of food. And next one, digestion. Okay, when we are going to eat the food, it is going to be sent to the stomach by the peristaltic movements. Okay, peristaltic movements are simply nothing but the contractions and relaxations of the food from the esophagus, and next it is going to reach to the stomach. Yes. And next one, absorption. Okay, absorption, where it is going to take place? Inside the small intestine. Okay, the villi, finger like projections will increase the surface area for the absorption of the digested food. Okay. And next one, assimilation. Assimilation is nothing but here, after reaching to the small intestine, they will increase the surface area for the digestive process. And next one, yes, from there they are going to transfer. Okay, from there the nutrients are going to be transported to the bloodstream, and from there they are going to enter to the body cells, and the egestion is nothing but the process of the expelling out of the undigested food. Okay, the undigested food which is going to sent out from our body, that process is called as egestion. Okay, usually it is going to take place at the site of action is actually the rectum and the anus, my dear students. Yes, clear with the today's particular session. Hope it is useful to all of you. Like, share and subscribe to NEET World.